All right. So I call this the hula stretch. Clasp your hands, reach your palms up towards the ceiling, and then take a big stretch over to the left. And then circle around to the right. Make a big old circle with your body. Hence, hula stretch. Good. And take a big old stretch over to the right. Breathing. And start to move around to the right. And come back through center. And release the hands. And I'm gonna do this on my knees just so you can see me. Everyone else stay standing. Take your right arm across your body. And we're gonna imagine that we're swimming the backstroke. So you're gonna take your left arm up. And you wanna keep that arm as straight as you can. Take a big stroke back without letting your body move. And we're gonna do 3 more. Big stroke up and all the way back. And we might get some crunching, some cracking, some creaking here. That's okay, that's why we do it. 2 more, big stroke back. And last one. All right, and roll the shoulder around. And let's do the other side. Left arm across the body. We keep this arm here to keep us from shifting and rocking. Right arm is up and back. We take a big stroke back. And we want to keep that arm nice and long. Try not to bend the elbow. And we're going to do 3 more. Good. Working through all the crunchies. And last one. Good, and roll the shoulders out, move them both around. Getting into the neck, relax both shoulders away from your ears and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Taking a big breath here. And left ear towards left shoulder. And then stacking the head on top of the spine. Step your feet wider than hips distance, so really wide. And we're gonna angle the toes out ever so slightly towards the side wall. So toes slightly out, heels slightly in, and keeping the chest up without rounding out the back, getting small. We're gonna take a big old bend into the right knee, get low. Your right heel is gonna wanna sneak up, don't let it, come back through center. Big old bend into the left leg. And come back up, and let's do that again. Big old bend into the right leg. You can do whatever you want with your hands, getting that stretch across the inner thigh here. And back up, and over to the left, getting as low as we can, keeping the chest up. And back up, both hands over to the right leg. Angle the toes out a lot, walk the hands down the right leg for a forward fold. And we're gonna be doing a 45-minute class today, so if anyone needs to go separate ways after 30 minutes, that's totally fine, but we're gonna take the extra 15 minutes today to do some good work. Letting the shoulder heads drop, letting the back and the neck be long. And roll back up to stand, take both hands over to the left leg, walk them down. Give your head a shake, yes, we're ready to do some Pilates. And then roll back up. And really angling the toes out towards the sides, a lot of external rotation. We're gonna reach the arms up, make a big star shape, and then bend into the knees as you start to drop your elbows down towards your thighs. Now the knees are gonna wanna flop in here, keep pressing them open. So let's add a breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, get low. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last 2. And last 1, we're gonna work into it. Come up, get low and hold, little pulses up and down. Keep pressing your knees open, dropping your tailbone down towards the floor. Keep that chest up nice and tall. Good, rise up. And drop back into it. This time we're gonna lift our right heel off the floor. Little pulses up and down. And the legs might start to shake here, and that's okay. That means we're doing good work. Good. Drop the right heel, switch, lift the left heel, up and down. Breathing. Good. Drop the left heel, rise up. Last ones, bend the knees, get your butt low, lift both heels off the floor, embrace the shakiness, a little bit up and down, keep pressing your knees open. We have 4, 3, 2, drop the heels, get low, rise all the way up, and release the hands. Parallel the feet so that both of them, the big toes face forward. Clasp your hands behind your back. And then shoulder and leg stretch. Start to lift the arms up and off the back of the body and dive forward into a fold. If you have tighter shoulders, this can be a lot, but that's also why we do it. If you want to take a little bend in your knees, you can. Rock side to side. Release the hands, let everything be heavy. And roll up to stand for our last stretches. Step your legs together. And this stretch is called good mornings. So it's perfect for getting our day going. So I'm gonna angle to the side so that you can see me. Keeping your spine straight, take your arms across your chest. And then keeping the legs straight and the spine straight, and start to hinge forward.
I don't know. Yeah, hi, good morning. I'm trying to do my exercise for this.
Tendency to let the background out here, try and keep it straight. So we're gonna hinge forward.
I have no idea.
And come back up.
And my thing is on.
And we hinge forward. And come back up. And we're gonna do 2 more. Keep that spine nice and straight. If it starts to tug at your lower back, you can take a little bend in your knees. And up. And this time we're gonna hinge forward. Imagine you have wings, reach them back behind you. Big breath in. Let it go, let everything hang. And roll up to stand nice and slowly. We're gonna walk to the front edge of our mat. And I'm gonna angle my screen down a little bit so you can see my mat. There we go. We're gonna walk to the front edge of our mat. Come down to sit. Extend those legs nice and long.
We don't need Jabra if it doesn't work.
Sounds like
I just want to make sure my meeting tomorrow works.
Reach the arms forward. And then keeping those feet flexed, toes in towards the shins, really active. Start to roll down slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, letting your spine round out. So think C shape of the spine as you come all the way down. Reach the arms back, shoulders stretch. And then start to reach the arms up and forwards. Roll up nice and slowly. And tap the floor wherever that might be.
Not in this, right?
Reach the arms forward. Roll back nice and slowly. And if you're new to Pilates and you haven't done these or can't quite do these yet, Joseph Pilates, the creator of the workout, used to say, if you can't do it until you can. So it's a practice, just like a musical instrument or a foreign language. And we roll all the way up and over, and we're gonna take 2 more. So find that round shape of the spine, draw the navel in, see if you can segment the back, lower back, mid back, upper back, reach back, and we roll up and over, and last one. We roll all the way down into our backs. Keep those feet flexed and active. Keep the arms active. And we roll all the way up. And over. All right. Feet root into the mat. Walk your butt a little bit closer to your heels or your heels towards your butt so we get nice and small. wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a hug for a spine stretch, releasing the low back a bit. And then come up to sit. This next exercise is called rolling like a ball. It's so silly, I wish I could say I made it up, but I didn't. It's an actual Pilates move. So level 1, we're gonna grab the backs of our thighs. Slightly harder level 2, we're gonna grab our shins. Whatever you choose to grab, pick your feet up off the floor. And this one's hard. Without letting the back of your head touch, we're gonna roll back and up. Don't let your feet touch. Right, we're gonna do 3 more together. So without letting the feet or the head touch, we roll back and up, grow small. We roll back and up. 1 more, we do our best. We roll back and up. All right, grab the backs of the thighs, feet lift off the floor. You can either hold your thighs or release your arms, alternating toe taps. So our lower abdominals are working to keep our legs pulled in towards the chest. If you'd like an extra challenge here, you can straighten the legs for alternating leg lowers. And whatever variation you're doing, we have 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Root the feet into the mat. And roll all the way down onto the back, rolling out the spine, rounding out the spine until we come down. And we scoot our heels in towards our butt. Make sure they're close enough so that you can tap them or almost tap them. Press your hips up into a bridge. And we're gonna keep our arms down for this one. We're gonna start to march. So lifting alternating legs into tabletop, right and then left. And we want to do our best to keep our upper body from moving as we do this. All right. Now we're going to root both feet into the mat. And keeping your big toes glued into the floor, we're going to press the knees open and close. Open and close. And instead of rolling onto the outer edges of our feet, we want to work the outer edges of our legs. So keep plugging your big toes down into the floor the whole time. And if you can, press your butt up a little bit higher as you do this. Now, both knees come to parallel. Imagine your inner thighs rolling down. Press your butt up a little bit higher, and then drop your butt down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. And instead of thrusting your hips up, think squeezing your glutes to get that little lift. We have 4 more. 4 and 3. Last 2. And lift and hold. Reach your arms up and back behind you. Get a big shoulder stretch. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower your bottom and your arms down towards the floor. And we pull the knees into the chest and circle them around one direction. Circle the legs around the other direction. And then stack the legs in tabletop. Imagine you have a plate of your favorite breakfast food on your shins, and I want you to keep it balanced there the whole time. Don't let it fall. So imagine what that food would be. And then reach your arms up and back behind you for that same shoulder stretch we did in bridge. And then as you lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, bring the arms down by the sides, curl up into a crunch position. So keeping the shins parallel with the ceiling, start to pump the arms. And this is our cardio variation of Pilates. So I want you to really get those arms going. Imagine we're flying. And we're gonna prepare for our hundreds. If you've never done hundreds, just work along. If you have, breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, half done. Keep going. If you'd like an extra challenge here, you can extend your legs out at an angle, making sure your lower back is down. 3 more. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3. Knees in, reach the arms up and back, take a big inhale, relax the head. Exhale, curl everything up and off the mat. Again, we're gonna play arms and legs. Inhale, arms and legs reach in opposite directions, head stays lifted. Exhale, pull the knees in, bring the arms around. Inhale, lengthen everything out. Exhale, pull everything in. 3 more. Make sure your lower back is rooted into the mat the entire time. And if it starts to lift, don't drop your legs at as low of an angle. Last one, extend everything out and hold it. Option to take the hands behind the head for flutter kicks, making sure your back is down. Otherwise, pull the knees into the chest. If you're here, we have 6. Keep pulling your navel in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees in. Drop both knees over to the right, spinal twist. And we want to relax both the shoulders and keep the shoulders rooted into the floor the whole time. Couple deep breaths, letting the muscles around the spine relax, letting the jaw relax. And then pull both knees back through center and over to the left. And bring the knees back through center. Start to rock and roll yourself up to sit. Extend the legs straight for a good old-fashioned hamstring stretch. And it doesn't matter where on the legs you grab. I want you to just let the upper body be really heavy. Let your forehead drop towards your thighs. And then roll up to sit. We're gonna find straight legs, straight spine, straight arms, reach up, clasp the hands, press the base of the palms up, take a big shoulder stretch again. And then release your hands down by your sides, using the arms to help you keep your chest up, spine nice and straight. We're gonna point those toes. Now, as you do this, the tops of your thighs might cramp. That's normal, it means they're working. Do our best. Start to lift the right leg and the left leg. And right leg and left leg. And we're marching with straight legs. And now the back's really gonna wanna slouch here. Do your best to stay tall and proud. And this can be a small movement. Lift that chest up even more. Good. Now, lift the right leg and hold it. Angle the toes to the right. Imagine you're kicking a soccer ball, little kicks up and up, using the muscles of the inner thigh to lengthen the leg, and using your core to sit up even taller. We have 3. 2, lift and hold as high as you can. Set it down. Other side. Lift the left leg. Rotate those toes to the left. Little kicks. They can be mini kicks. Pull your belly button in. Grow even taller. For 3, 2, lift and hold. Get as much length as you can. And release. Awesome. Feet rooted into the mat. The rules here are all 10 toes stay rooted into the floor the whole time. So your feet are going to want to lift and fling. Try and keep them down. Arms are active. We roll back as far as we can. Now, I don't expect you to go all the way down. Remember, you have to pause. Squeeze your knees together without letting your toes lift, come back up. So this is gonna look different for each person. We roll back as far as we can. Some people will go all the way down, some people will go partially down. Doesn't matter. But remember, without letting the toes lift, you have to come all the way back up. Take 3 more repetitions of this, whatever it looks like for you. It can be small. And the harder this is, the better it is that we do this, because this means we're building strength that we probably need, even if it feels a little funky. Let's take 1 more. Go as far back as you can. Imagine you're squeezing a pillow between your knees. Squeeze them together. Use every muscle of your core to pull yourself back up. And then take the legs wide for a wide-legged stretch to release the hips. Good. Take your arms across your chest. And think leading with the belly button. This can be a small movement to micro hinge forward. Ooh, big active stretch. Come back up. If you live in a tighter body, pop a pillow under your butt for this part. Okay, micro hinge forward. Come back up. Last one, micro hinge forward and hold. Think as much length in the spine as you can for 4, 3, 2. Come back up, hands behind the head. Starting to work the obliques. Grow really tall from the top of your head. Drop right elbow towards right thigh. And come back up. Drop left elbow towards left thigh. And the whole time we're doing this, the legs are stretching, so it's a lot. And come back up. We have 4 more. Keep pressing those elbows open towards the back wall. And 30. Last 2. You saw it. Working. And 1. And release. Take the soles of the feet together, butterfly stretch. And we're gonna get a little creative here, so just go with me. Keeping your feet in butterfly, so keeping the soles of the feet together, we're externally rotating our legs out to the side. We're gonna come down onto our backs. So this feels nice. It's called recline butterfly. In order to keep actively opening up our hips, which is really good for our, not only our hips, but also our lower backs, we're gonna press ourselves up into a bridge in butterfly. So, I know. Press the outer edges of your feet into the floor. Lift your hips up into bridge. And come back down. And we have 3 more. Press up into butterfly bridge. And come back down. Last 2. And down. Of course, because it's this Pilates, we're gonna work into it. Press up into butterfly bridge and hold it. Think about your hips lifting up and your knees pressing down. So we're really getting a stretch here. And then little pulses, squeezing your glutes, pressing your hips up. And if you have really tight hips, this is gonna be hard. That's why we do it. We have 4, 3, 2, press up and hold, squeeze, and lower everything down. Root both feet into the mat. And windshield wiper your knees side to side. Swish, swish, releasing the hips. All right. Time to get back into the core. Grab the backs of both legs. Pull the knees into the chest and start to work the legs towards straight. They won't go fully straight, and back down. So we go up and down and up and down. And 3 more. This is active hamstring stretch. We're fully enforcing the muscle to lengthen, and then we're allowing it to return to a shortened state. We go lengthen and relax. Now we fully lengthen our hamstrings. Drop the left leg so that it's hovered off the floor and start to climb up the back of the right leg like you're climbing a tree. So the left leg stays off the floor. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. See if you can climb up even higher. And then straighten the right leg and give it 2 pulses. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. And this is my pace. And switch, pulse, pulse, and switch. If you need to go faster, go faster. If you need to go slower, that's great. As long as we're doing our best to keep our head up and we're tucking our chin into the chest so that we're lengthening the back of the neck instead of crunching it. And if you can straighten your legs even more here, awesome. We're gonna lift the left leg and hold it. Now, Oh, same thing. Otherwise, if you want more of a challenge, hands behind the head, kick, kick, and switch. Kick, kick, and switch. So we're doing the same thing, but using the muscles of our core to get the legs in instead of our arms for help. We have 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Grab the back of the left leg. And relax everything onto the mat, keeping the left leg in your hands. Head comes down, right leg comes down, shoulders relax. Point and flex the toes of the left foot. Roll the ankle around one way. Roll it around the other way. And then release the left leg, grab the right leg again, point and flex the toes. Roll the ankle around one way. Move it around the other way. And then grab the backs of both legs. This is going to be an active hip stretch. So flex your feet, and you can keep your hands on your legs. Start to open your legs into a big old V shape. So we're letting the outer edges of our feet drop towards the floor as we press them down and drive our heels forward. Good. Now bring your legs back together. Let's do a couple more. Open the legs out with that big old V. Feel the opening of the hips. And then bring them back together. And 2 more. Open up into V. And bring them together. Last one. Open up. See if you can straighten those legs even more. Make it active. And then bring the legs together. Now, glue your ankles together. Point your toes. And release your hands. Arms come down by the sides. So, the most important thing here is that your lower back stays rooted into the mat the whole time. If it starts to arch, don't drop your legs as low. As you inhale, you're going to lower both legs down. And as you exhale, you're going to lift them up. Nice and slow. Inhale, both legs down. Exhale, both legs up. We have 3 more. Point those toes. Keep squeezing your legs together. Last 2. And final 1. Now, we're going to take both of the moves we just did and combine them. Grab the backs of your legs for a moment to take a pause. Keeping the toes pointed, we're going to release the hands, open up into a V shape, bring the legs down together and up. So we inhale, open up. Exhale, bring them down and around. Inhale, open up. Exhale, down and around. 3 more. For 2. Check your spine. Last one. And pull the knees in, rock side to side. Good job, everyone. Rock and roll up and down along the spine to come up to sit. And make your way onto hands and knees. All right. Now, we're going to do a modified side plank for our side series today. So if anyone needs to rotate their mat sideways so that they can see the screen, now would be the time to do it. We're going to perform this series like this. So if you need to switch your mat around, you can rotate it now. Otherwise, we're going to set up together. So extend your left leg back behind you. Come onto the inner edge of the foot. And reach your left arm up to the sky. Now, if holding this position just isn't working or it's too much, a good modified way of doing this next series is coming all the way down onto your side and rooting your forearm into the mat. So either way is fine. You can either be in modified side plank or on your side. If you're in modified side plank, let's check our form. Wrist is underneath shoulder, knee is underneath hip, that top arm is reaching up towards the sky. Now, let's work into it. Left leg lifts up and down, and up, and down. And I really like this formation because the whole body is working. Arms are working, core is working, leg is working. Couple more. And if it's shaky, good. Last two. Lift that left leg and hold it. Now you can either hold here, squeezing your outer hip, or you can bring elbow to knee and reach. Elbow to knee and reach. Remember, you can always do this on your side for 3. Last 2. And 1. Reach everything and hold. Take your top arm up towards the ceiling, stack the shoulders. Now, pick that left leg up a little bit higher, little pulses, little kicks, up and up. Go as high as you possibly can, squeeze your outer hip, your glute. We have 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold. Go for shaky, get as high as you possibly can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Set your hand down, your knee down, and draw big circles to the left with your hips. Move everything around. Work for any pops and cracks here. Make this movement as big as you can. And if you're on a surface where this hurt your knees before, you can always double up your mat. All right. Now, before we do the other side, let's take a quick stretch. Since there was a lot of weight on the right arm, take your right hand and take the back of the right hand against the mat, weave it underneath the left arm for a figure 4 shoulder stretch. Now, we want to actively press the back of the arm into the mat to open up the back of the shoulder. And as you're doing this, try and spread your fingers, you've got it, Judy, as wide as you can, and press the backs of all 5 fingers into the floor. We're going to take a breath. Good. Pressing into the left hand, come back up through center. And we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to move around so you can see me. This time we extend the right leg back behind us. Come onto the inner edge of that foot, reach the right arm up. And if anyone would like modified, come down onto your side on your forearm. You can do everything here, okay? So either way is perfect. Checking our form, wrist under shoulder, knee under hip. Good. If you'd like to play with balance, you can look over the top hand. Just something a little spicy for this morning. All right, right leg up and down and up and down. And we keep going. Try and get that leg in line with the hip, if not higher. And think about contracting through the right side of your obliques as well as your outer hip to get it up. We have 3. And 2. Lift and hold. Get that leg as high as you can. Elbow to knee and reach. Bring it in and out. And we're breathing. 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Lengthen everything out. Reach that top arm up. Little pulses up and up with the right leg. Get it as high as you can. Lift and lift for 4, 3, 2. Lift and hold. Squeeze everything. Go for shaky. I'm definitely there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set everything down. Big hip circles to the right. Move it around. All right, we have about 6 more minutes of work and then we get to stretch. We can do this. All right, go ahead and take the back of the left hand, weave it underneath the right arm, figure 4 stretch, other side. Spread the fingers nice and wide with the left hand. You can do whatever you want with your right arm and keep pressing the back of the left arm into the floor. Relax the neck and the jaw, and take 2 big breaths here. And press yourself back up through center. We are perfectly primed for our final exercise on our hands, and that's going to be our minute of plank. Now, I'm going to take my plank on my hands today. If you'd rather do it on your forearms, you can, but set up for your preferred variation of plank. And after the next month, we're all going to be plank masters after doing this. So go ahead and set up for your preferred plank variation. My time is going. You can be on your hands or you can be on your forearms. And take as many breaks as you need here. If you need to tap your knees down and pick them up, do it. Okay? So if you'd like more of a challenge in your plank, you can do alternating shoulder taps. So that looks like this. Tap and tap and tap. And you can try it or not try it, either way. And we're already half done with our plank. So pull your heels back, top of the head forward, creating as much length as you can from the top of your head to your heels. We want to let the neck and the jaw relax, and then come into your breath. See if you can take the next 4 breaths as slowly as possible. Using our breath to regulate a sense of peace in our body, even when we're in plank. And we've got 5 more seconds here. We're almost done. For 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees. Take them really wide. And press your butt back to your heels for a child's pose. Walk both hands over to the right side of the mat. And take your left palm on top of your right hand to get a big old stretch in the side of the body. See if you can relax the jaw here. We tend to kind of hold our breath when we're in a big stretch. If you have a neighbor that you're doing this with next to you, maybe give them a hello or a tickle. And then walk both hands over to the left, taking right palm on top of left hand, side body stretch on the other side. Relaxing where you can. And then take both hands back through center. We're going to make our way onto our backs for our last little bit of core work today, and then we'll stretch it out. So come on up to sit. Your feet to the top of the mat. Come down onto your back. Grab the backs of both thighs. Kick the legs straight. And with the legs, we're also going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. So we call this dead bug. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. So we're going to start with the arms and legs really straight. So see if you can reach the fingertips and the heels up even straighter. And start to lower the right arm and the right leg down towards the floor at the same time. And pick them back up. Left arm, left leg. And pick them back up. And we're going to keep going side to side. Now, remember the rule. Low back stays down. If it starts to lift, just don't drop things as low. And we can make this harder by continuing to lengthen the limbs. Imagine you're moving through honey. Or if you're not a honey person, we can say agave. Student's choice. And what we're doing here is not only exercising our core, but we're also building something called proprioception, which is the brain's ability to know where each body part is at any given point in time. So, by lying on our backs and doing weird things with our limbs, our brain is learning, oh, this is what we're doing. This is how I can better control my body. And last set. Both limbs up. Now let's play with this. Drop alternating limbs in opposite directions. Reaching back and up. Opposite and up. And I have a little shake going here. I'm working so hard because I'm really extending. And we keep going. And last set. One side and up. And other side and up. Wow, let's make it harder. Arms and legs, opposite direction, and we pull everything up. Let's add breath. Inhale out. Exhale up. We have 3. Is your back down? Last 2. On this one, we lengthen everything and hold. Keep pulling the navel in. Imagine you're zipping it up towards your chin, reaching heels and toes in the opposite direction for 4, 3, 2, and pull everything in, rock side to side. And then draw your knees in towards your armpits for a hip stretch. If you'd like a little bit deeper stretch, and you're familiar with this, you can reach the arms through the knees and grab the outer edge of the feet for happy baby. And wherever you are, give yourself a rock side to side. Sometimes we tend to topple here. I've been known to topple. And then both knees back into the chest. You can either roll over onto one side and prop yourself up, or rock and roll up to sit. We're gonna come back up into our wide-legged feet. And if you popped a pillow under your butt here the first time, you might wanna take it again, because we're getting into our stretching portion of our class. Hands up. Take your left hand, okay? Reach it to the outer edge of your right leg, and start to walk your hand towards your ankle. And the back hand can just fall to the floor, can hang out. So we're twisting our spine, and we're walking the fingertips of the left hand towards the right ankle. And I don't care how low you go, you're still getting a stretch. And you're gonna start to maybe feel this in the left lower side of your back. That's called the quadriceps lumborum, the QL muscle. And that's where we wanna get a stretch as well as the legs. Now, let the upper body relax here, and if you can, walk the fingertips towards that ankle even more. And roll back up to sit, and now hands up. Right hand over to the left leg, walk the fingertips towards the ankle, and just let the back hand fall, let the shoulders fall, let the forehead fall towards your left thigh. And keep working the fingertips down as you continue to twist, pulling your left shoulder back. And we breathe. We always forget that. I always forget that. And come back up. Fingertips root into the floor. Lift the chest up. Take a breath in. Let it go, walk your fingertips forward. This isn't a stretch we have to force, just letting the spine round. Shake your head, no, we've done enough Pilates. Shake your head, yes, we did a great job. Roll up to sit. Reach your arms up, flip the palms, last big shoulder stretch. Drive the palms up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. And as you release it, release the hands. Give yourself a big old round of applause. Good job, everyone. We did 45 minutes. Have a fantastic rest of your day and week. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you on Wednesday. And I'm going to be leading, you're so welcome. I'm going to be leading more classes, different formats, different times. So if you have anything you'd like to see, cardio, yoga, let me know. We're going to keep it going.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.